Hi there. I have been a longtime technical educator and I've been getting a lot of questions on how to transition to a CRM. And so I'm going to talk about that today. I just did a program and I thought maybe you could benefit, so I'll share it. What I want to say with CRMs, first off, let's define it. It's a customer relationship management tool. And that can take many forms depending on your industry, what kind of business you're in. Maybe you're a small business. Maybe you need to focus on sales. Maybe it's marketing and social media. Whatever your niche is, you can find a CRM tool that matches your niche. And so choosing it is overwhelming because there are so many products on the market. What I'd like to do today is talk about why you'd even need one and then how to go about the process of choosing one. So, and I have ties to none of them. So I am simply sharing some good information as someone that's helped a lot of people make this kind of transition. First off, you figure out what kind of problems you're having. Are you losing leads and forgetting about clients? Are you potentially duplicating work and data entry that you're doing over and over to get it in all the different softwares that you're currently using? Maybe you have started adding in different apps for different things and you want to bring it together all under one umbrella. Maybe you want to focus in on a sales pipeline. All I'm saying is that when you figure out you have some kind of business problems, try to identify what those are and then set some goals around making that situation better. So whatever that might be, if you have too many softwares and you're spending a lot of money, maybe you can get a CRM tool that does the marketing emails and it's built in. There are a lot of different goals you could set. Maybe you want to be able to track leads, to be able to define where you lost leads, at what stage in your sales pipeline. Lots of different kinds of goals that you might set, but those are a few ideas. Once you begin researching the vendors, I tell you what, there's so many. Make yourself a notebook. Take a notebook. On the first page of that notebook, I want you to identify those problems and write down any kind of deal breakers for you. Like if you need this software to talk to QuickBooks, write it down. If you need this software to have a certain kind of report capacity, write it down. If you want it to be able to talk to Microsoft products or to Google products, write that down. Those are going to be your deal breakers. That's going to help you figure out what kind of tool is going to work or not. Also, be thinking about the budget here. That could be a deal breaker. Do you need some forms where people can enter in the forms and you want to do signatures? Things like that. If that's something your business needs, kind of gather all those thoughts. Get your team involved because doing this by yourself is not going to work. If you have a team, you need to get people on board because this is a big process transitioning to a whole CRM system where everything comes or most things come under one umbrella. But start with a notebook. And then as you begin looking at CRM products, make a page in the notebook for each of the products. Start a trial. Maybe load up a few contacts. Play with it. Is it simple to use? Is it difficult to use? Do you like the layout? Play with it first. Most all of them give you a free trial, And when I was doing this for myself, I went through many free trials. Make yourself a folder in your email system where you can just move all those CRM emails, because once you give your email and set up the trial, you're going to get bombarded with all their sales emails. So make a place where you can keep all of that. And then what I did was on each page with each CRM, I wrote down things I liked, I disliked, I wrote down the price point, and then went from there trying to make decisions. I will say to please note when you are looking at pricing and things like that, notice that they may charge by number of users, and they may have a minimum amount of users. So say they're charging $50 a month and you think, oh, $50 a month, that's not bad. But what if they have a minimum of 3 users? That's now $150 a month. And what if you actually have 5 users? Then you're just ramping that up. So read the fine print, be sure that you understand that, and note that as you are evaluating each tool. When you search for CRMs, be very careful about the articles that you see. Let me pop up, I've got a screen here for you. Okay, so I just Googled CRM small business. And so I want you to pay attention that some of these sponsored ones are coming from CRM products. You're much better off to go to a more neutral site and read about opinions on CRMs that is not exactly from one of the CRM products. Okay? And as you type in CRM, be sure to type in your industry, because many of these products are industry specific. So just keep that in mind as you are looking at these. Now, for your budget, how much are you going to be able to spend? If you're the decision maker, great, get an idea in your mind. If you are not the decision maker, you need to know that while you're evaluating these, because many of these products have an upcharge for different levels of engagement. So let's say you're going to send 5,000 emails a month. Well, they may charge you if you send more than 1,000 emails a month, or 2 individual users. They usually count them. It might be how many contacts do you have, and so there might be an upcharge if you have more contacts. So knowing some of that data before you get started would be really helpful to you. Also, as you look on return on investment, this is going to be hard to gauge until you have the product really in place. But I would say that you could evaluate, like, let's say you're using a mail system extra, like Constant Contact or MailChimp. And you know that right now costs you $30 a month based on the number of contacts you're emailing. If you know that amount, then you are looking for a system that can take over that functionality. You know that you can save that money per month by canceling that other software. So take a look at any product that you think you might be able to cancel. How much does that cost monthly or annually? And then you have some real numbers that you could talk to your organization about. Hey, I think we can save this much by eliminating this product and using the CRM, which is more of an umbrella product that does a ton of things. What kind of integrations are you going to need? That's going to depend. That means what kind of products do I want to be able to use with this? Like if my CRM is going to focus on marketing, does it connect to all the social media that I like to use? Will it give me analytics and reports on the specific products that I like? like LinkedIn or Instagram or whatever it is that you're using. If that's important to you, make sure you list that on your deal breaker list. As you are researching, you're going to want to look for that. Also, maybe you want a system that it does invoicing and things as well. Does it talk to your QuickBooks? Does it talk to your other products? These are things that you want to know as you jump into this process. Is it compatible with the things that I'm going to use? Like I was looking at some, I wanted one that would specifically talk to Microsoft Outlook. Some of you are going to want a product that would integrate with your Google Calendar, your Google email. So make sure that you're picking the right product. Okay, you cannot do this alone, or you could try. It's going to be a lot of work. You need to get your team involved, because if you just push out a new software and say, hey everybody, we're ditching this and that you've been using for years, and everybody jump on this, well, they may not be ready for it, and you may get some pushback. So be sure that you are getting buy-in from your team, because this is a problem that I see. Once we transition, sometimes the team doesn't engage, and if they're not using the system, you're not getting the data. It's a big process, actually, to do the whole transition. You need time. Do this in a quiet time of your business cycle, or a quieter time. And I would recommend even dedicating a person to it so they can really focus. Like just moving your contacts into the system the first time. It's a process. And a lot of these companies will have good help desk, and they will help you with these things. Be sure to schedule demos ahead of time. Look at what the support is like. Are they local to you, or an international company that they're going to be servicing clients at different times of the day that are not convenient for you? Look at all of those things as you are making your decision, and plan time for the whole transition migration process. If your company has a specific need with security and compliance, this is a time to be looking at that as well. Do you need HIPAA compliance for a healthcare organization? Maybe you're a nonprofit and you are doing fundraising. That would be something I would include in my list of things that I want. Just think through the process as much as you can before you make a commitment to a product, because I see a lot of people decide, oh, I want this sparkly new thing, and then they invest in it, and then it doesn't really work because they haven't had buy-in of the team, and it becomes a frustration and sometimes a money loss instead of a money saver. If you can build that CRM and get all your contacts in there and start to set up those sales pipelines and the marketing needs that you have, these will be some really, really valuable tools. So take some time to do it right, my friends, and I really hope that this little video has been helpful to you. Reach out if you need to. I'd love to work with you. And be sure and subscribe. Thank you, Dawn Monroe.